Let's talk about the best 90s horror slasher movie that you've never seen. This is not one I just watched recently. No, no, no. This is one from my childhood that I had the beautiful VHS tape on, and it was one of my favorites to put on as a kid. And now that I'm an adult, I have not seen it in forever, so I did choose to watch it again. And in my mind, it still holds up as a great slasher movie when the 90s was putting out a lot of crap. This movie came out in 1992, and if you want to watch it, you can catch it on Tubi. I think it's on Amazon with that freebie crap too. Either way, you can watch it for free. Yes, there's ads, but it does have that charm of the 80s feel to it. And that movie is Dr. Giggles. So, yes, Dr. Giggles. You've probably heard of it. You may have even seen it, but nobody ever talks about this movie. And to me, that's a shame because this is a fun, inventive style movie. You have a guy who was a child, his dad was a doctor. His mother was dying because she had a bad heart. So the father goes around killing people in town like a doctor, but he takes their hearts because he wants to do a heart transplant to save his wife. The townspeople get mad. They then kill the father, but nobody ever finds the son. That's the story in the town, but the son is actually in an insane asylum. And the movie kicks off right away with him escaping the insane asylum, but not doing it in a way like Michael Myers, where you don't know anything happens. No, these guys show you what he's doing, and it is a lot of fun. I will give the acting in this movie pretty decent. The main girl, who is the final girl, I think she does a pretty good job in her role. Some of the side characters are okay, and some of them are kind of doofy, but that was kind of a thing back in the 80s and 90s slashers. And then the bad guy, Mr. Dr. Giggles here, I feel like that portrayal was a perfect casting choice. He was a great, great choice for this part. He is maniacal when he needs to be. He hits the one-liners, and he has that kind of dry humor that, to me, I just find hilarious. And then on top of it, he does have this like weird, sinister-ish giggle, but it's kind of off-putting because it's not like that normal maniacal clown laugh or kind of like Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker. It's not that kind of laugh. It's just kind of a soft, subtle giggle like you'd hear from a child, which is exactly what it's going for because obviously his mom died when he was a kid, his dad was murdered, and that's kind of where his life left off. But he comes back to his hometown, and he's going to slice and dice his way through this town that murdered his father for revenge. So, besides just the acting being good, I do know that the MPAA did really, really neuter this movie from what it could have been, but it's still pretty bloody, pretty gory, nice practical effects, and the kills are good. I just wish we would have got to see what the kills are meant to be. And it's weird because when you watch movies nowadays, things can look so real, and some movies can go so over the top with their blood and gore, like the Terrifier series, or even Saw was doing it. So it's kind of hard to believe that the MPAA had such a problem with kills that today's standards wouldn't be that bad. But back then, they would not allow them. But either way, it does have some great kills, and it does have some really, really fun sequences. He's a doctor, so you do get a lot of kills that involve doctor's tools. You get a lot of doctor humor, like Take Two and Call Me in the Morning, or there's a kid literally playing Dr. Mario, and he can see that the kid is losing, so he says he's terminal, which is beautiful product placement. We talk about this in movies all the time, how they shove products down our throats sometimes. I believe Madam Web was the most recent one where it felt like this was an ad for 2 hours. But in this movie, Dr. Mario kind of makes sense when it's Dr. Giggles, and it's literally like a little 10-second clip of a kid playing a game. But either way, the humor is good, the kills are good, the ending of the movie makes sense. It's a lot of fun, and then the journey you go on for an hour and a half for the character arc of the final girl is very fitting. She does have the same heart condition that Dr. Giggles' mother had, and he knows this, so obviously he wants to help her and get her a heart, if that doesn't give anything away. I'm not going to go into too much spoiler detail, obviously, because this is a movie you should see. It's a lot of fun. It's a quick watch. There's not really a dull moment in it. It kicks off right away like most horror movies do, but then it doesn't have like 30 minutes of like backlogging story and shit like that doesn't give you any action, any kills, nothing like that. It's a very well paced out movie for the amount of kills that you're getting in it. And there is a decent amount. I didn't count how many there were, but I'd give it at least a dozen kills in this movie. And then you do get a little bit of the backstory of why, like what happened with Evan, why Dr. Giggles was not found immediately when they were killing his father, but what happened. And then the movie does have like a nice follow-up resolution. It does follow the lovely 80s standard of final girl gets to check off the bucket list seeing all of her friends dead, finding them like it's a game. All right, guys, that is my recommendation. If you have not seen Dr. Giggles, go out and watch it. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you want to find more hidden gems that people don't talk about. And don't forget to share this with anybody else who wants to catch all the horror shit out there that people don't give you answers on. Till the next one, rest in peace.